Maybe if I was there, I would not have completed my high school. Maybe even I would have done something wrong like committing suicide because I was stressed.
The life that I had led, it was not a good life. It was not how I would like life to be.
Some of these girls had lost hope because they have gone through abuse continuously. They didn't have anywhere to go. So for some, this is their only home. For others, they have gone through a lot of emotional abuse in their homes. They have come from dysfunctional families. And for them, being here is a place of hope. So they walk in broken, in pain. She will just sit alone and cry. The important thing is first to make sure they have healed the physical assaults, if they have gone through assaults. Then when they have physical well-being, then you can start to address the emotional well-being. These people are coming from places they have been abused, they have been rejected, they have been judged a lot, they have been blamed a lot for what happened to them. So the first step is love. We endeavor to introduce them to the bigger family, because when you come in, then this is a family, you fit in. After 2 weeks, we book you in with a counselor, so that you can start to begin to talk about what happened. But we know after 3 months, they have settled. Others take 6 months, and others that have gone through abuse that is they can take around a year. There's one girl who for the first 6 months, you talk to her and she cries until she was able to talk about it. And this is a girl who's been given out by her parents to go and live with an uncle, and this uncle would abuse her. She would get pregnant, go abort, and then come back, make her pregnant again, take for her for abortion. She was going through a lot of pain, and it took time for her to be able to talk about her issues. During COVID, we have seen our numbers rise to around 200%. Why? Because most of the parents have neglected their children. We also have a lot of SGBV cases. This has been brought about because the parents have no time for their children. It's very sad, but it exposed to us that we actually need to go out there and talk to communities. I feel like one of the key things we can do, we need to allow the survivors to tell their stories in ways that we can be able to make an impact. Because if we do not, we are going to go through a cycle that will never stop.
It has been a learning period for me. It has been a period whereby I've got to know more about life and society. I've undergone so many counseling sessions. I've talked to so many people, and I feel it's the best place to be, especially for someone who is growing and for someone who wants to inspire people in future. I myself, I can testify that, yeah, when I came here, I was humbled with life, and I'm not even worth to talk to people because I felt like the level of my education was very low. Plus, the life that I had led, it was not a good life. It was not how I would like life to be. And I felt so much disadvantaged. But when I learned to this place, I still had that feeling. But as time goes by, I came to be very resilient, very powerful, and I came to learn. And I've grown so much from that day till now.
At home, I could not focus on studies much because I had to know what will I eat, how will I get a uniform, how will I get soap. But here in the shelter, I'm provided. So I feel good and I'm happy to be in this shelter. It has changed my life. And I feel like I'm someone loves me somewhere. What made me to come here is First, my mom, she's a drunkard. She could not take good care of us. And so, actually what made me to come is that one day she came when she's drunkard and she's just started arguing. I had done nothing wrong, but she was, I don't know whether she was in a mood of argument or what. So she argued with my she first argued with me, then with my sister. And that's when she took a knife and put it on the hand of my sister. So we had to report this case. And we got someone who helped us to come in the shelter. Maybe if I was there, I would not have completed my high school. Maybe even I would have done something wrong, like committing suicide, because I was stressed. Maybe no one is there to fight for you. No one is there to encourage you. I feel it's like you are just alone. So first, I have come to know that I'm important. It has really helped me to accept myself, to love myself, and to know that I have a bright future. Everyone has a purpose in this life. Yeah. No one was born to be a failure.
It is almost the burden of the survivor to prove that they were actually abused. So you see, the burden of proof lies on the survivor and on programs like us that we have to actually prove this girl was abused. The partnership was about giving back dignity to the young women. When women visited, they would give us technical advice, and that technical advice would go a long way in helping us to manage the shelter. For the future of TAGS, we want to see every girl empowered. So we actually need to do a lot of lobbying for shelters so that they can be able to get support. Even the government can be able to recognize shelters and be able to support them. Education is so key because we believe it's the only way we can be able to empower the young girls and women that come to the shelter. Through education, they can go back and change the narratives from their families and to their communities.